And welcome, folks. We are back with game 4 of this best of 5 series between Neolution Esports and D-Dog. Neo will be on the Legion side this time, with D-Dog, of course, on the Hellborn. And Neolution are now up 2 to D-Dog's 1 at this point of time. That's one more game for Neolution to take the series, and 2 more for D-Dog to take it for themselves instead. And a couple of quick bans coming out here. Seems like they've already thought this pretty well. We have Bubbles and Fade being banned out from the side of Neolution. Interestingly enough, we haven't seen a Bubbles ban so far in this series, so that's a first. Looking to, I suppose, capitalize on heroes perhaps later in the game that are more dependent on, you know, like more dependent on like free movement, like with a BKB and such. So Staff Bubbles wouldn't be able to mess with that. And of course, Fate just being generally strong as a ganker. Neolution themselves have been abusing the power of Fate quite a bit in these few games. Of course, 5, 6, 7, 8 played a fantastic Fate that previous game, being so aggressive and not really getting punished for it, catching out heroes in their own base and just blinking right out. But of course, yeah. So since they don't want to pick it for themselves, they just straight out banned it. So D-Dog couldn't use it for themselves in this case. And of course, Clanks and Belphegor gonna be banned out. Clanks always gonna be banned out perpetually in these games if no one wants to pick him up. And of course, Belphegor banned out for fear of that being wielded by the capable hands of Zlapped. So instead, for the first few picks, we will have Monarch once again on the side of Neolution. Man, they love that Monarch. That pick's been faring pretty well for them so far. The defensive power that Monarch provides is pretty damn strong against this lineup from D-Dog that tends to focus around a bunch of heroes that love to go for very, very aggressive rushes and just, you know, very aggressive ways of team fighting even early on. So yeah, Monarch just a great hero to help bail out his teammates with. And of course, Polywalk Priest is gonna be the first pickup here from the side of D-Dog, excuse me. Just like that previous game, seems like they do want to capitalize on the strength of that Polywalk to push. You can see that Shadow picks up for us as well. Lots and lots of push heavy heroes in their heads right about now. They want to take the game by putting a lot of pressure onto these lanes to help people out, to help out with the push, excuse me. Of course, Bombardier gonna be the second pickup here for the side of Neolution. They've really been utilizing Bombardier a lot as well. You know, if you're talking about heroes that they've been just like spamming this entire series. Of course, we've seen Bombardier played 2 ways nicely enough. You either have that Bombardier that rushes Staff of the Master, who goes, you know, for that item to go for that global ganking sort of Bombardier across the map. But considering that they don't have a Fate this time, that might not be the case. Instead, they might go for that team fight Bombardier that we've seen in that previous game that goes Portal Key first once again. So Forest in the end will be the pickup here after all for the side of D-Dog. So lots and lots of strong push for them as well. And that's actually going to be pretty damn good against something like a War Beast here. All that extra bonus damage, but in a rather fragile hero. So Salfor is gonna be pretty decent at trying to counter him out against anything like lifesteal from say Abyssal Scout as well. So Wildsoul gonna be the core of choice here once again for D-Dog. So this time it seems like these heroes are centered around applying pressure onto these lanes to make sure that Wildsoul has all the space he needs to just farm up in the jungle and just stack up and farm as much as he can before becoming an absolute monster later on. And next few bands coming out gonna be the Pearl and the Andromeda from this Legion side. Once again, very counter-initiative heroes of Andromeda, you know, is great for both initiation and counter-initiation, but more so the latter, I feel. And of course, Pearl being a hero that DD0G has consistently picked up in 2 out of 3 of these games, as far as I remember. Yeah, and Dampier as well, actually. No, that's a Rhapsody, sorry. Pearl, Andromeda, and Rhapsody. Lots of counter-initiative heroes, lots of push coming out from, lots of initiation really, coming out from the side of Neolution as well. Of course, with a War Beast, they could easily transition him into more of a pushing type hero. Go with the puzzle box, go with the minions, you could focus on teamfight, you could focus on pushing as well. Very versatile in this sense. And yeah, without all these very protective heroes to stop him, run amok and just go crazy in these team fights or just in pushing. Of course, the next few bands gonna be Keeper of the Forest, Ophelia, and Dampier. Keeper of the Forest, of course, being abused once again. One of the core pickups of Neolution, gonna be banned out again. Would have done pretty damn well with War Beast, because War Beast could use a little bit of extra control to help him out while he goes ham on enemies. And yeah, and of course combos well with that Bombardier and that second playstyle that we were talking about. But
Silhouette.
Yeah, of course Ophelia is the respect bang and respect ban, and Dampier is gonna be that ban out of sheer strength for what Dampier brings to the table. Next few pickups, we have Gauntlet for the side of Neolution and Bensington for the side of DD0G. So DD0G once again trying to apply more pressure on this map here with them Bensington. Lots and lots of magic damage coming out from them. Polywalk Q, Salforus, Morsetissima, and just its entire set, and of course Bensington's entire set as well. And of course Gauntlet, lots and lots of damage coming from here as well, and Silhouette is gonna actually be the carry of choice here, so it will be a Zlapped War Beast in the jungle, and you have Tundra as the last pick for DD0G, so aggression galore from DD0G mostly. Neolution does have quite a bit of damage and just like map control to boot, but not nearly as much as DD0G.
Let's get it on.
And while we go into that customary game starting pause, let's go into the hero callouts here. We'll have Lord Mikhail on Bombardier. But for the side of Neolution, excuse me, in the Legion team, we have Lord Mikhail on that Bombardier, Sakurada on the Monarch, 5678 on Gauntlet, Raditz on the Silhouette, and Zlapped on the War Beast. Meanwhile, opposing them on the Hellborn side, playing for DD0G, we have Tart on that Wild Soul, Canon Pang on the Tundra, Sir Bats on Sir Bensington, Farfoam on the Polywalk Priest, and IPX this time being on that Lords of Forest, not taking the carry role rather for once. So an interesting switch up of roles here for DD0G. Well, when we as compared to when we saw IPX playing carry early on, like as a madman in game 1. Seems like Zlapped is having a little bit of fun there with Muffin on that Polywalk Priest, blocking him out with the Hellhounds. Not really trying to right click him down either, but yeah. And Muffin being a good sport, it's kind of playing along as well. But Hounds will expire right about then. So they probably suspect that Polywalk has tried to like block out that medium camp over there, that pull camp, with the way that he moved. So they might just overcommit an extra blue ward there for no reason if they don't just like, if they do try to commit that early, but it doesn't seem like they will. Pretty smart play by Muffin to just like walk around that area there, but doesn't seem like he will be. It will really work out. Rather, the fact that Zlapped moved the Hellhounds there might prompt Muffin to realize that there's a water side right about there. And the side actually spotting out Muffin will tell this Legion side that he in fact did not put a ward there, and that he's just faking it out, excuse me, by just standing there and physically blocking up the camp. But it seems like it will be a tri-lane setup here for the side of D-Dog. Polywalk Priest just running around the confines of the jungle over here, while South Forest and Bensington take full control of this lane. Meanwhile, top lane Wildso will be left to contest with Bombardier for farm on that lane, just by themselves really. And on that middle lane, Tundra actually getting hooked in by Gauntlet 5, 6, 7, 8. Nicely done, but it will not be enough damage. Kanon Pang took a few hits from that tower, but it will not be enough. Silhouette dropping solo on health here. That tri-lane going aggressively onto her Reddit almost falls, but will be safe for now. Did keep that, did get that value point in tree grapple to save himself. So he's gonna be okay for now, but probably gonna be having a pretty damn bad time on this lane. And Bensington might try to go aggressive once again, but Silhouette does kind of predict that rotation, so he does like move right out of range of that stun, and those are the two heroes.
Face me, you villain!
Gauntlet tries to go for another hook, but will miss Tundra unfortunately this time, even with the crippling pollen from Sakura there. No angle to be found around the creeps there on that middle lane. Once again, South Forest with Bensington and Polywalk taking full control of the lane equilibrium there. Creeps pulled completely to that pool camp manually by South Forest, and he is gonna get a buttload of farm out of that. Meanwhile, defense tower soon to fall, just 2 minutes and 37 seconds into this game. And Legion side with nothing really to try and stop this. They don't commit any heroes at all to prevent the push, and it will go the way of IPX here, seeing at a staggering 520 GPM 3 minutes into the game. And look at the entire Hellboy side, they are very happy with that. A huge injection of gold, and they are on a 1.3k lead just 3 minutes into this game. And of course they are already rotating onto that middle lane. Polywalk Priest, not potentially, yeah, he was spotted out, so Legion side should know that they are in this jungle, yet they're just kind of still sitting around Monarch, waiting on the backlines to save Gauntlet, but Gauntlet goes aggressively on Tundra as well. Gauntlet's gonna mistake here. Bensington goes right on the Gauntlet 5, 6, 7, 8, but it's so tanky right now. They can't really do anything against it, and Bombardier TP's in just for good measure. And they will be okay, but only for now. Lots and lots of action to come. So Forest first to already have his Ghost Marchers on him. Once again, still farming up the storm. Warby still doing his best inside the jungle. We'll get his farm somewhat contested by the Tundra at least. But a lot of Forest already level 6 with Ghost Marchers and a bottle. Extremely terrifying right now. No one can contest that Tundra at this moment in time. That's not Forest, excuse me. Polywalk has to be careful as well. Hellhounds can do quite a bit of damage to him. It should be fine. Zlapped continues to just farm right up. Bombardier on that solo lane doing quite well in terms of experience here. Already on level 5, soon to be level 6. Bennington will initiate onto him, goes for the straight TP out. Wild Soul. Did he cancel the TP? Goes aggressively onto Bennington, drops the sticky bomb onto his head. Real strange movement there. Because there should have been nothing there to cancel his TP, right?
Cherry Papa!
And Wild Soul will actually be the first to fall here. Like I said, those Hellhounds deal a ton of damage when you don't suspect it. And Monarch with the extra crippling fallen onto him makes for an easy kill even without the need for Warby's ulti. Meanwhile, the top tier 1 defense tower will fall soon here to the push of Wild Soul. Many aggressive movements coming out from the side of Hellborn here to just control the lanes and push up as soon as possible. Have earned them quite a bit of a lead early on. Although Legion side did get that first blood, it'll be interesting to see how they can deal with the strength of this push, because Lords of Forest is looking to ramp up as soon as he can, get that Helmet of Black Legion, be that frontline hero, and just be pretty much unstoppable early on. So Forest looking to drop the Undying on the head of Silhouette. Perhaps it was just a feint, but still pretty damn scary here. Monarch trying to go onto him with Silhouette as well. Warbeast here on the back lines, level 6 already. Could pop his ultimate here, and Gauntlet as well, looking to find him out, but he will not have enough speed, unfortunately, to catch up with Lord South Forest. Already on level 6. Polywalk Priest once again getting caught out. Look at the amount of damage that those Hellhounds are doing. Gauntlet 5, 6, 7, 8 tries to go in for the kill secure, but unfortunately will not reach in time. Meanwhile, South Forest here, caught on the back lines, caught by that Gauntlet ultimate as well. Gauntlet Punch will finish him off. Kill credit goes to 5, 6, 7, 8, and this should be an easy tier 1 tower on that bot lane for free. Meanwhile, Polly trying to find more. Bombardier will get caught out here, scouted out by Shiver. Tundra jumps right onto his head, commits the ultimate immediately. Doesn't stagger it at all, and Bombardier might just end up living here. But Lords of Forest with the more Satisima should be able to finish him off, and indeed he will. Sticky Bomb left on the ground, no way of using it properly. And Warbeast now caught out. Will get Chrysalis out, but so much damage on his head with the Bennington ultimate as well. Stun onto Gauntlet, but they're dropping solo. Silhouette coming in with the damage as well. Stacking the right click damage onto Bennington, and one more ought to do it, Monarch. And she will get the kill credit for Legion side. But Silhouette swaps out. Tundra jumps right onto the cold shoulder and the piercing shots, and it will burst her down. Tundra now on the run with Wild Soul as well. Level 10 Wild Soul jumping into the fray. Perhaps they are just a little bit too far off, but Tundra might try to go for the snipe here with the bird. Does have full vision, and it nearly connects. Sakurada barely able to survive out of range of those piercing shards. They will take a tier 1 tower for exchange, but that was so close for him. Look at South Forest, he is working his way in very rapidly at that towards that that Helmet of Black Legion. He's just about 100 off to finish it up with that Iron Buckler. You know, top lane Monarch on her lonesome here. Bennington could prove to be a little bit scary, but doesn't really care at all for the damage that he could dish out towards her. Does still have the crystals on here, so the burst should not be enough. Warbeast already has the Outbones here, wants to bring it to the late game, or at least like towards the middle game. Wild Soul might be a problem, but late game Silhouette should be able to contest him in terms of fighting, if not split pushing. Both are pretty damn good at trying to push up these lanes. But Bennington here on the top lane nearly got caught out, not low enough to be just bursted down by both of those heroes, so it doesn't seem like Bombardier managed to connect a sticky bomb onto him. Hellborn, they're kind of extending past their boundaries just a little bit here inside that Legion jungle. No vision to really spot them out just yet, but I think they're now all on his own on that bottom lane. He doesn't realize that all of the Legion heroes are here, and Bombardier might just get the bomb down in time, but it does not, just barely. And Bennington will get a TP out with the Joust. Just baits them all out into that little corner there. Meanwhile, his entire team just goes straight into that Kong pit to try and take Concord. Nicely done by Sir Bennington, Sir Bats there to just bait out the entirety of the enemy team. Zlapped actually gets caught out here with Bennington and Tundra. Tundra jumps right in with that portal key and the avalanche ultimate to catch him out. Bennington here meanwhile being caught out by Gauntlet in the tree line and bound up by the crippling pollen as well. Bombardier sticky bomb will be the one to finish him off, but Tundra caught by the Gauntlet ultimate as well as the Bombardier ult. The double combo will finish him off, and now Bombardier trapped inside that round of voodoo wards. with nowhere to go. Wild Soul will pick up that kill. Gauntlet now on the back lines, trying to go for Polywalk Priest, but barely misses him. But he will fall to, in the end as well, to the Hounds of Zlapped. And look at Wildsword here. 14 minutes in, doesn't go for a BKB, but instead goes for a straight Firebrand here. Doesn't feel the need for a BKB at all. Tanky enough to just you know, like, just tank it through and just not care about all the burst that's coming his way. The amount of DPS and the amount of just like natural life steal that he has is too damn good at this point in time for him to care. On the middle lane, tower is going down fast. Hellborn heroes have not regrouped enough to try to go for a defense here. War Beast, excuse me, is still on that top lane. But Hellborn heroes should be happy with that tower, and they will back right out. Tundra once again going right onto War Beast. Benzington perhaps a little bit late with the ultimate here. Gauntlet all catches out both. Tundra is put in the stasis, but the rest of the team has come to respond. Sulfur is coming in, leading the charge. Wild Soul as well, jumping onto War Beast, but it will not be enough. Right click's doing actually so much damage to him. And they will not commit to that mid lane push. Wild Soul once again TP's right out. Goes to that top lane to try to catch a Silhouette. Denies the tower up immediately, but Silhouette will get a straight swap out. Will not be able to do anything, but in the meantime, Polywalk does catch out in the sidelines here with the Voodoo Wards as well. Rest of the team is perhaps a little bit too far to try to respond. Voodoo Wards will be somewhat wasted here, unfortunately. Gauntlet goes in, catches Polywalk Priest with the hook right on time. And Polywalk, one more right click ought to do it. But the challenge with the Hex, it won't be enough. Purged off by Monarch, and Gauntlet will be the one to pick up that kill. Perhaps a little bit of misplay from Polywalk Priest to go so aggressively in onto Gauntlet here. Does cost him his life, along with that set of wards. Sorry, I meant aggressively onto Silhouette. But speaking of aggression, Wild Soul trying to sandwich this War Beast together with that South Forest, but Wards will spot him out. Vision game is good here from the Legion side.
No tag for you, Zlapped.
Shiver continues to scout out for enemy heroes. Gauntlet jumps right onto Tundra before he gets a chance to use the avalanche of his own and bursts him right down. Immediate TP out. Will he survive? And he will not. Gauntlet will fall. Like after all that burst with the help of the damage from Wild Soul, Zlapped will start to push on this top lane. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Wild Soul Illusions will assist in pushing a little bit as well. Bensington sitting by the sidelines here. Has full vision of Silhouette and Monarch as well, so will not go in at this point of time. But Wild Soul should be able to take that tier 2 top tower easily with the help of Zlapped as well. Bombardier is the lone hero to try and defend somewhat, but it shouldn't be enough. Nearly all outer towers have fallen for the side of Neolution at this point. But we will see if it will be enough for the Hellborn side to take a successful team fight and break high ground. Polywalk Priest smoked up and going so aggressively inside this Legion jungle, but will not be able to find anything.
Come to my side.
Tundra Bird once again Shiver, trying to find out enemy heroes, but will not be able to do so. Legion side, they're so afraid at this point of time. They just kind of want to like bind together, except for Tundra, who still insists on going Gauntlet who insists on going aggressively with the Bombardier, will be able to pick off that Polywalk Priest. So no Voodoo Wards to be used in action for the next team fight at least. But was it worth it at this point of time? It might have been. It's kind of hard for them to without the extra power from those Voodoo Wards. But then again, also so directly damage about him and lots of control boost from Tundra as well. Right on the middle lane where Silhouette resumes that split push. And that is looking to be a pretty happy Reddit here. Being able to freely split push as a Silhouette would love to do in these circumstances.
Villain.
Shiver. And Kuro actually will spot out that Monarch here. Tundra gonna commit that avalanche onto Monarch. Probably. Doesn't even feel the need to, honestly. Piercing shards with the controller will be enough to burst her down. And he will reserve that avalanche for use on someone, on a more important target that has better escape than the Monarch. Gauntlet smoked out once again, looking to go aggressive on Poly, but the rest of the team is right around the sidelines. Two of them still focusing heavily on Kongor. Gauntlet sneaking around, will get smoked popped by Shiver here. Has to be very careful about how he moves. It's forced to PK out instantly. will not be cut out in time. No one within PK range at that point of time. Just a tad bit too far, even for Tundra. With the items that Raditz has right now, it's really hard for him to try to transition into any sort of split push to try and help out his team and like get farm for himself as well. So he's gonna be in a bit of trouble here against a Wild Soul that already has a wing bow. He's farming out an absolute storm, 800 GPM versus Silhouette 500. So he's gonna have to either hold out the game super long or they're just gonna have to focus on the Wild Soul to take him down. Look at that damage, takes down Sakuradan like it's nothing. Here comes the push. Wild Soul banging on the door of that tier 3 tower, immediately gets hooked in by Gauntlet, forced out just a little bit. Gauntlet ultimate will get committed with the Bombardier ultimate, but no damage to be found with that BKB on Wild Soul. Right clicks Gauntlet down like he's paper, and Lords of Forest forced to run back as well, even with the puzzle box illusion aggressively inside. Bombardier falling low from the Undying, but will be able to survive for now. Wild Soul looking to continue his rampage, still has that token of life on him. BKB on a 37-second cooldown, he might last long enough in this team fight to be able to use it a second time, honestly. And it seems like he really will. Silhouette does have no way to contest with Wild Soul at all at this point of time. Goes in and nearly bursts Polywalk down. A few more right clicks would have done it, but it still won't be enough at this point. It seems like it will be GG. So D-Dog take game 4 of the series to bring this to a 2-2 tie. Up next will be the final game of this best of 5 series between Neolution Esports and D-Dog. The game will begin shortly. Stay tuned, folks.